Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Lauren Sizzle, and you are now tuned in to one of the hottest talk shows in the nation. We Talk Weekly's After the Talk.
I'm Classy Lady Sparkle. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow the We Talk Weekly's podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spreaker.
What up, folks? It's your boy Charles Gregory. Make sure to follow us on all our socials at We Talk Weekly.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lily. So make sure you keep it locked to We Talk Weekly on 106.5 FM.
So We Talk Weekly After the Talk on WPP MLP Philadelphia 106.5 FM. We Talk Weekly After the Talk, and we have another dynamic interview. Now, this interview is a gentleman with whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for. We actually go back like Boston Baked Beans and Mike and Ike's.
What?
Yeah,
Where did you get that?
I know, right? Alexandra the Greats. Chico Sticks. This is my guy, man. And when we talking about just fashion and I'm gonna leave. See, I got some tea on this gentleman right here because we go back. But this is my guy, man. Without further ado, why don't you let him know who we have today?
So we have the fabulous Mr. Tyrese Thomas. He is the founder, writer, producer of The Hill Project. The Hill Project is a music platform created to promote hope and unity. They are a Billboard charting music platform. They performed on television on the Q show on Fox 29. Shout out to Q. And most recently headlined at the City Winery Philadelphia. Right. The Hill Project platform has shared the stage with renowned artists such as PJ Morton, the Origin Band, Common, Anthony Hamilton, the Hamiltones, John P. Key, I don't know why I'm saying, Jason Nelson, Red Hands, Doobie Powell, and Corey Henry and friends. On October 14th, they is it this upcoming October 14th or the past? That was the past. So they released their new single entitled I Think We Forgot. That's right. The impetus for this record inscribes the human conversation or lack thereof. It addresses the power of our words, reconciliation, and commitment to listening to one another. Their goal through this record was to get us to engage again through positive communication. And Mr. Tyrese says, I have learned, even in my personal experience, that an understanding can come from a simple, healthy conversation. Therefore, they have launched the Let's Engage Again campaign. Right. And this campaign will serve in several capacities. Number 1, virtual conversations. Number 2, in-person conversations. Number 3, music performances. And number 4, featured speakers. So welcome to the show, Mr. Tyrese Thomas. Quite a resume.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, let's give the audience just a little taste. We'll be right back, y'all. Huh?
You will have on your mind. Things will come at a drop of a dime. Exhale and release, 'cause you will find peace. Something that your heart is needing now. This journey, like I tell you, ain't no joke. If not strong enough, you will be broken. As hard as it sounds, you will not be bound. Get up and dance it off right now. Just dance it away. You cannot see or feel the light of day. Just dance it away. Feels like the walls are closing in and there's no space. Remember what you're as hard as it seems, it's nothing. Put your dance shoes on, turn up the song, and dance it away.
It says pain,
I want you to breathe, I want you to know that
life is getting better.
life is getting
Hey.
better, know that.
You better go and what?
You better go and take a Kodak.
Oh, let me tell you, we in here partying today, man.
Wait a minute. I'm needing the whole encore because I was into it.
Yeah,
Yes,
we gotta make sure we
yes.
put that on our website so you can take a
Absolutely.
look. You gotta do a story on that one. That was good to have me in here
Oh
jumping
man,
in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh
Awesome,
man.
awesome,
So let's jump right into it, my friend.
go.
First of all, it is good to see you, my
Oh,
brother.
man, it's good to be here.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, for sure,
It's
for
good
sure.
to be here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good to be here, man. You've been in my experience for a minute, bro.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, for sure.
unbelievable,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
amazing how everything comes back full circle.
100%.
I'm just grateful.
Thank you, my brother. We're gonna have to have you back with the group.
Yes.
I know we've been trying to get that. We've been trying to get this interview
Yeah.
together for a
Yeah.
while. Just being transparent, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. We just been trying to get this together.
Yeah.
But we gonna get it together
Oh,
so
it's
we
coming.
can have them come.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're here today
Yes.
to talk a little bit about that. But I want to talk a little bit about your journey because it's a lot of things that people don't know about you
Yeah.
and your story. So
Yeah.
I want you to walk people through it all the way up until this group.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's doing amazing things,
Yeah.
you know. So let's start from the beginning. What got you into just you being, you know, so progressive, so enlightening, so spirits, like you're just a light, and you always been that way. And it's one thing that I have always known about you. You always been positive and such a beautiful person, right? And so that said, what inspires you to do what you do, and like walk us through your journey?
So primarily, it a lot of it has to do with upbringing. Upbringing was not like the most amazing experience, right? Shout out to my grandmother, God rest her soul. She was exceptional, right? She raised us, and she instilled some incredible things in us, right? So being raised by good stock, things wasn't perfect, right? But being raised by good stock, also the church too. You know, that's sometimes some people don't like to have that conversation, right? You know, but I got into my church at the age of 14. I was the only one. Like no one came with me. So like my god sister, she brought me to the church, and then you know she went, and then I stayed in my ministry. I've been here since I was 14, and I think I'm coming up on 28 years at one location. And what happened was when we start getting into the transition of the arts, so then my pastor, like he is like amazing. He was able to create this amazing performing arts platform. It became I would like to say our after school program. So here we go. So performing arts is happening, the whole 9 yards. I'm being exposed. Now I always loved music though. You know, you guys are going to laugh about this. I'm just going to put on it. You know, I was the kid that was in the bar with the mom. I'm sorry. You know, so oldies are playing, and I'm young. I'm like, you know, because you know, mom used to work at the bar. I'm telling y'all, like this is the story. Or can we? This is why it's called like let's talk, right?
Let's talk. Let's talk about it.
You know, and so. Music is playing, Anita Baker, this, and I'm listening, and I'm young, and I'm like, what is these textures of music? So that's the music background. I always kind of felt like I was creative, right? I always felt like there was something different. I love the arts. Fast forward, ministry, being a part of the church, X, Y, and Z, and then here comes the Hill Project. So the Hill Project comes, and the Hill Project, I remember having a conversation with one of the young ladies who's on the team right now. She says, Tyrese, why don't you start writing your own music? And I'm like, man, I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to be, you know, into a cliche and try to do something that's already been done. I don't really feel like that. But I remember this is where life changed for me. In the back of the bus, I had a blue duffel bag. I was homeless. And I'm saying to myself, Lord, I know you're not saying this. I remember being on the back of a SEPTA bus, and I heard the Healed Project. Okay, so this is oxymoronic. How am I going to come up with a Healed Project, right? And I'm in the back of the bus homeless. You want me to start a project now? Like you gave me this vision and this idea now, and I took it. And it was from that moment I said, let's go. And I wrote the first song, Your Love, which was our first single. And then from that point on, I said, all right, Lord, if you're going to give me this, it can't be like anything else that's already out. Right. I want it to have full purpose, and I want to be able to be on platforms that are not so cliche, right? I want to be able to talk and minister and speak to and inspire everyone. And from that point on, I've been very, very strategic in doing that. And that has been my focus. So now we're here.
Right.
And we're here because I stuck with it. I wanted to keep going with it. I kind of seen people. I seen people being changed and inspired and helped and lifted. That's what brings me happiness. Like kind of seeing that. So that's the long story, short. Didn't have a mom. I mean, I didn't have a dad. My dad wasn't around. My mom, she had, she suffers from mental illness, and so the background wasn't beautiful.
Right.
But it was beautiful. Because it gave me perspective and it gave me an idea. And now here I am trying to inspire so many people through our music.
Yeah.
And you have been. You've been inspiring people for a long time. I'm sitting here going through my feed and yeah, brother, you just have been doing some amazing work, and I want you to continue to do what you're doing. I was talking to I was talking to Lauren, and she was excited to have you here, excited about the group. And I just want, Lauren, I just want you to share just kind of like, your first introduction, because she told me a story about, people who's been around her as it relates to some of the members of the choir. But I want you to share your experience with what you know about this.
Oh, yeah. So I had been invited to, I guess, one of the Christmas performances by Linnell.
Black Nativity.
Yes. And let me tell you.
Wow.
When I went to see it for the first time, I was literally blown away.
Wow.
Blown away. And it was just so much like the energy and the spirit and everything in there, and just watching the performances, it just was truly phenomenal. And and seeing Black people, of course, just like tearing the stage up, the singers, it was just like I was in tears, like I laughed, I cried, and all these things. So for me, it was such an experience. And I think I went I can't remember what year it was, but it was like the one year, and then the next year I went after that. And I think COVID happened or something. So I wasn't able to go then. But Linnell invited me to when she, I think, released her first
2016, we had to perform at Vox.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was just, Linnell is she's such a beautiful person inside and out, and her voice is just amazing. So, it for me, I think the Black Nativity the first time, I was just like,
wow,
everybody in America needs to see this, because it was a whole experience.
Well,
it was a whole experience.
So that is like that's what I'm talking about when I said that my pastor built right on the corner of 63rd Street.
Yeah, that place was like
right
a diamond in the rough.
Right on the corner.
You know what I mean?
And he was very intentional about building a performing arts platform that inspired us. And many of us now have been influenced and impacted by him taking us to the Kimmel Center. Several years to the Kimmel Center, and throughout, he was just very intentional on doing that. And I'm a product of that. Thank God I had that. Thank God I had that arts platform. And from there, it just helped develop me to what I'm doing now and what I love to do, and kind of taking it in different areas. So, I remember that. I remember it.
I was literally blown away.
Wow.
I just couldn't believe it. It was just like, and you know how there is this stereotype about Black entrepreneurs and and us, and it was like, oh yeah, I can't support Black people because Black people be on CP time, and all the negative stereotypes that goes with just any type of thing to not support us. But it was none of that. And it was like, I was just so proud, and it was just phenomenal. So
that means a lot.
Yes.
I want you to take a look at that
Charles.
That's what
You sitting over there digging up something.
2000 this was the first collection. While Charles really pulled this out.
Scroll through that a little bit.
This was the T-shirt.
So now you got to show everybody because I'm sure people are like, "What's going on with that?"
So this is when I created my first company, Rock and Soul Apparel Company.
Yes.
And I believed in it. I did. And Charles, you were there.
Yeah.
You were right there.
Right with you, my
You
brother.
were right. This is and that's what it is about. I like seeing each other's journey. That's
right.
Like you've seen this grind.
I did.
Because this was a grind.
Yes, it was.
It was. I just knew these T-shirts were going to. I just knew I was going to be. I just knew like I was on to something great until one day I woke up. I was like, oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But the work, Charles, what? Yo, like what?
You sitting here digging and
Can
digging.
you believe this? Charles, this is man. It takes me back. It was at University of Penn.
That's right. That's right.
It was the first collection, and wow, and Charles, and you MC,
And I MC'd. Yep. I was doing what I was doing right now.
Can you believe this? Dang man, did you age, bro? Like, wow.
Yeah, brother.
I have nothing to say.
That's crazy.
I have
Show
nothing to
everybody
say.
what you.
I mean, yeah,
you could
it's
see.
going to be hard.
Are you gonna post it?
Yeah, I'll post
Okay.
it, but it's a picture of me and my brother right there. Look at him.
Wow.
Man, you see that?
Yeah, that's funny, right? And so, yeah, I'll make sure I'll put some pictures up. So, but the this is me and my brother. That's me and my brother right there.
Wow.
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 Yeah, for sure.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though, right? The clothes still to this day would be amazing.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I'm saying is it might be something that you may want to revisit, my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I am going to. I'm going to connect merch with this new album.
That's right. There you go.
I am going to like.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm going to connect it, and I have because I'm also a graphic designer, so
Yeah.
creatively I'm already like in my head
That's
about
right.
all right, what needs to happen.
That's right. That's right.
Thanks, Charles. We appreciate that, my brother.
Absolutely.
The reminder.
Yes, there you go.
The reminder.
There you go. Because it's always there.
It's always there.
Yeah, and you may want to start thinking about. We'll talk a little bit later because I think what you're doing right now will be great as an NFT also. So some of the music and releasing it as an NFT, and because it's on kind of like the spiritual gospel end, it would be something very new.
Wow.
That no one is really doing yet like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's something, especially since you're a graphic designer.
Yeah.
And it's an art piece to that.
Yeah.
And so we'll talk a little bit about
Absolutely.
that, because I'm really big in terms of not only art with respect to the arts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But also introducing black folk to ways that essentially they can kind of produce this generational wealth piece.
Yes,
you know?
yes, yes.
And so we'll talk a little bit more about that. But because your artists are not here, I want you to kind of go through, one, let us know their names, but, kind of like, where they are in the group, alto.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of, describe them and talk a little bit about them because they didn't happen to be here
Yeah,
today, for
so
sure.
so I have to honestly say I am blessed.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
and I say I'm blessed primarily because I work with some incredible people.
Yeah.
When I think about the singers that sing with the Hill Project, I don't look at them. They're not the background singers. They'll never be. They're artists. They can stand on their own. You give them a band. You give them all of the resources that they need, and they will rock it. And that's what I love about them. So for me, the Hill Project is a combination of artists who just came to join this music platform with me. So we have on the soprano side, Conchetta. We have Charmaine and Linnell. Then for my tenors, we have Hasker and Kanisha. On my altos, we have Cherie and T. And when I tell you, and I mean this from and if they were here, I tell them all the time, I thank God for you because you get in these trenches with me, and you learn the work, you learn the body of work, you get in here, you perform, and they're real people, they're good people. You know, when I started, you know, the whole music platform, it's very important to me to create a platform where, one, it can still feel like a family, but two, I can still produce excellence, you know, and so excellence is very important. You know, vocally, you know, I take them through a lot of vocal exercises, if you will. You know, they really have to sing. You know, I'm really in the note. I'm twisting. I'm turning. We're inflecting. All these different things are happening. And what amazes me, I'm telling you, is that they take the challenge and they go, and they never fuss about it. And I'm sitting back like, wow. Wow, you guys really got it. You know, we was at rehearsal rehearsing for our coming event. And I stopped in the middle of rehearsal. I was like, y'all are singing. Do you understand what's happening? Y'all are singing.
And I know what he's talking about because I heard him.
But they're just amazing people, devoted. Yeah. And they get it. Gotcha. You know, I think it's probably one of the hardest reasons why I couldn't really expand the group yet. Because to connect to something like this, and when we're dealing with people who are professionals, who have children, who are married, and different things of that sort, and to see them come in and kind of merge into what I see, my vision, it blows my mind all the time.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. So what I guess moving to the future, right? 3 months down the line, 6 months, a year, what's your goals? Where would you like to be, or where do you see yourself going?
Oh, absolutely. So the great thing about it is I really want to do touring. I want to tour. I want to put the music on different platforms. I feel like I like the audience. I like engaging in the audience, right? So, of course, we have an event that's coming up at Villanova. Okay. So Villanova's going to be on.
Talk about it.
Yeah, February the 25th. Villanova University alumni, Black alumni. Let me preference that.
There you go.
Villanova University Black alumni.
There you go.
They will be sponsoring the night of culture. And we are the feature. We are the only ones on stage. And I'm really excited about this because it's history, right? The reason why it's history because it's the first time anyone will hear brand new music from our upcoming album entitled Human. So it would be the first time that the audience will be presented with that. But then moreover, what I did was I created an event, right? So it's just not a concert. I wanted people to not just hear the music, but to see the music. So I brought in performing arts elements. And it's the first time that I've done it under my umbrella, if you will. You know, it's always been done, like when Lauren came to, you know, see Black Nativity, that was a whole nother entity. But this time it's my entity. And I just wanted people to just take it in, like take in the whole moment. So that's going to be on this Saturday. It's going to be at the John and Joan Mullen Theater on the campus of Villanova University. Got you. And that's next Saturday. I'm excited about that. Then we're back at the City Winery in September of this year. And they got us in the large room.
There you go. Yeah.
We must have did something right. So they have us in the large room. I'm excited about that. And there's so many different things. And the majority of the platforms that we're connecting on, they're not per se your religious platforms. I'm happy about that. I'm going to tell you why I'm happy about that. Because the message of inspiration has to get to everyone.
Got you.
By any means necessary.
100%.
And Charles, and Lauren, I just came to this revelation. So I always thought, you know, hey, listen, I know what it takes to do the Hill Project. It wasn't until we went through the pandemic and out of the pandemic. This pandemic shifted my vision. More people passed my age than I've ever experienced in my life. My heart was broken many times by, I would say to myself, how could they leave? And then I'm having conversation with people who is dealing with depression and this. And I said, you know what, Lord? Make it clear now. And I'm telling you, I was so clear that I have to be a beacon of light. So I have to give people inspiration through this music. And I'm clear. So I don't box me. I don't want to be boxed. Take me out of the box, put me in unfamiliar territory, and let me just give people this inspirational message. Because I'm going to tell you, 95% of people who come to our concerts, I've never seen their faces. I don't know them. And that says that, okay, we are on the right path, or we are beginning to reach, and doors are beginning to open, opportunities are presenting themselves where we're touching people and they're listening and they like, and then they tell their friends and they tell their friends' friends. As long as I'm able to inspire, if you can leave my concert or whatever, like, you know what, I feel better. I feel stronger. I know I can make it. I did my job. I did my job.
Absolutely. Tell us what was the idea behind I Think We Forgot.
So I think we forgot. Phew. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're gonna keep it 100. We don't know how to have a conversation, y'all. We just don't know how to have a conversation. I think we're missing. Conversation is so beautiful. We have, relinquished the beauty of conversation to a simple text. But being able to have a conversation with coffee or whatever like that, and stripping away, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't mastered it. I wrote about it because even that song challenges me every day. Yo, Tyrese, did you figure out how to have a conversation? Did you respond to that? Yeah. Like, were you emotionally responsive to that? Like, did you really listen to what the person was saying? Can a person really be honest and open with you to have a conversation to get to some sort of reconciliation? I think we totally forgot. And so I remember one time I was doing something, I'm I'm doing this. I'm like, wait, and then the words are coming, and then the words started penetrating me, and the words started challenging me. And I think now is the perfect opportunity to let's get back to talking. Yeah. Let's put the phone away. I'm not texting you. No, we're not texting. Let's talk. And let's bring back the beauty of communication. Yeah. And that by way of just having a simple conversation to get clarity for no other reason. 100%. Even if I don't agree. Yeah. I allowed you to state your point. All right. Boom. Because at the end of the song it says, I really want to talk to you. I want to hear your part. This is important to me. Believe me, I really do. Like, I really want to hear what you have to say. Because if I hear you, maybe I can trigger like, oh, you know what? I was wrong.
Yeah, so many people have gotten in like some crazy arguments or disagreements because on social media or a text or something like that, it's like you're texting something that if you just said it in person, it would have, less of an impact. Negative impact than it would versus you texting it. Like if you text in all caps, it's like, what do you say? And people just don't communicate anymore.
From a lyrical perspective, I write, this album, Human, I'm writing from a human perspective. I'm writing from scenarios. I'm writing from life experiences. And I'm talking directly to the listener. Like songs like Regroup. I'm telling a person, you need to take some time to ease your mind, sit down and regroup. I'm writing songs like I've Decided, Healing. So healing for me is a decision before it becomes a manifestation. I'm writing songs like Everything's Okay. It's upbeat. I'm writing these different songs. I'm thinking about the person, the listener, the human, and I'm writing about things because I do see the album being a visual album, a cinematic body of work. So writing this album, I start thinking about how would a movie look if this was translated and opened up. You get what I'm saying? So I was very intentional with that. And then with, not just hearing the music, I really want to be a video album, but I also want to stage it. So if I can give it all of those different elements and legs, I can really push human to the people so they can hear the lyrics and it can manifest.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to talk about it full circle because once I found out the Tyreece that was coming, because, Tyrese, just like Tyrese, okay, cool. But when I found out it was you, I didn't tell our producer to call you or text you or email you. I didn't text you or email you. What did I do? I called you.
You called me.
100%. I said, I need to talk to my brother.
Yep.
I called him. It was like, yo, I haven't spoken to you in forever.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to email you.
Yeah.
I wanted to call you.
Right.
My brother, I could talk to you all day long, and we almost done this show. I want you to real quick, bring this full circle and tell everybody where they can, go ahead. Yep.
Did you explain the Let's Engage Again campaign? Kind of tell our viewers what that is and your plans.
Absolutely.
As far as that.
Sure. So the Let's Engage Again. Now we're building that. We're putting those pieces together, and like it pretty much explains. We're going to be in different spots, different locations where it's going to feel very pop up. Right, so let's say we take a Charles. I think we already talked about June of this year.
Yeah.
You take a Charles and you put Charles in this setting, coffee, people around, and he's dialoguing. I want people to let's engage again.
Yeah, put me there.
Yeah, we're too separated. So now let's go to engage again. And like I said, those things can be found on thehilledproject.com. Again, that's the Hilled Project. So go to our website, follow us on IG, which is the Hilled Project as well. Facebook, the Hilled Project. We're there. All updates, things like that. You're going to always see that. So we're beginning to build those pieces and what they look like. Wow. Yeah.
Fantastic, man. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. We got about 10 minutes. We're going to go to the sizzle, but I don't want you to leave. You mind staying with the sizzle so she can get
Let's go.
Here we go. You ready for the sizzle?
Oh, okay.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, that was my brother. When you talk about a dynamic gentleman, make sure you go out and listen to his music. Make sure you support this brother. It's just like it's a beacon of light, and that's what it is. But he's staying with us for the rest of the show right now. We about to go into the sizzle. You ready for the sizzle?
I'm ready.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Lauren Sizzle, and you are now tuned in to one of the hottest talk shows in the nation, We Talk Weekly's After the Talk.
I'm Classy Lady Sparkle. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow the We Talk Weekly's podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Spreaker.
What up, folks? This your boy Charles Gregory. Make sure to follow us on all our socials at We Talk Weekly.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Lily. So make sure you keep it locked to We Talk Weekly on 106.5 FM.